texture direction. Alright, so we obviously know that brick goes in one way, one direction. That means we have to go over here and kind of decide a few things. How important are shells? And then how to rotate shells. Right now, as I look at the bottom of this building, I know that it's going to be very unimportant into the scene. So with this shell, I need to auto select it with the L key. I need to turn off sync in order for this to work. Go over here, then hit L. Okay. I can hit G and move this off. That means all these other parts are uniform to themselves. And this one right now, but I can shrink this one down. I'll do that here in a second. First, let's deal with texture direction. Okay, so this shell right here, we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Now we can do it by hand, or we can do R on the keyboard, -90. So I type that in. And that way I get, absolutely perfect. G to grab it, and I'm going to grab it and align it with the shell right next to it. Same with this. L, rotate, -90. G, oops. Yeah, you gotta hit left mouse button in order for it to work. R, -90, then left mouse, and then G. So it's gotta be two different actions there. B is for box select, so I can box select this stuff. Or I can hit Shift and L together to highlight whole shells. Put that up there. And I'm going to put the side right next to that side. This way, when the brick texture flows from one object to the next, I can really line it up nice. I don't want to join these two shells because if I do, it won't be as straight as it is now if I go to unwrap it again. Alright, so let's get all these other things down here. So what I'm doing is putting these as close as possible without touching the other shell. And what I like to do is reorganize this by hand. Blender does a really nice job of kind of sorting things out. If it's a character or something that the direction doesn't matter, but in this case the direction really matters for the texture. So what I'm trying to do is formulate a smaller square inside the 0 to 1 ratio. That way when I scale all of this up together, it'll make sense. And maybe I can salvage some texture space. Because the more you use this square, the better resolution you get. Better resolution you get, the better your textures look. Okay, I think this is the roof. And I'm going to put the importance factor of the roof smaller. So that means it's going to have less resolution. So first box select all this stuff. Scale. Oops. Okay, box select. G. Scale. So there we go. I was able to add a few pixels to the resolution of this just by scaling that up. So what do I do now about this shell? Well, here's what I could do. Since it's just asphalt, and asphalt's easy to kind of mimic because it's just noise, what I can do here is go in and cut this shell right here. So I'll say mark seam. I don't want to unwrap everything though, so what I'll do here is hit L, uncheck that button, grab it, U, unwrap. It's not going to let me unwrap that, just that one piece. That's alright. Let's go in here. Alright, I got a plan. Box select. L to remove this. In fact, why am I even considering that? I think I'm just going to leave this here and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So rotate -90. Or you could go R on the keyboard too. There we go. This is the bottom. It's very unimportant to me. So I'm going to take that, grab it, move it over here. Again, hitting L is a lot better than box select half the time because you accidentally click a few things. I'm going to scale this down and rotate it. There we go. Alright, let's look at our texture now. See what happens. Okay, the only thing I'm worried about is the window's direction. So to conquer that, I look around and I see that this one right here, the shell, that one right there, needs to be rotated. There we go. Then hit enter. Also, if I want to be really picky about the texture, I can use this to my advantage on this line. So if those lines line up, you'll get a better look. Now, am I going to be that picky? No, because those are the inside of the windows where I just extruded them back in order to get some ambient occlusion later on. And if I move this down too far, it'll clip into another one. So But anyway, it is possible with this type of texture to align everything perfectly. Again, I'm not really worried about the inside of the windows. Those are going to be covered with a window in itself. Separate mesh. Alright, now that everything is lined up and everything is flowing in the right direction, we can go on to the next video.